Hello and welcome to another Lucky Hit podcast. This is episode number 9. Don't
mention
it. Don't do the milestone joke anymore. We've done that today.
The next one's the 10th.
The next one actually will be a milestone. Yeah. I'm Murray Curry and I'm joined by Phil's giving me a really odd look. I'm joined as always by
Flat the Young Gering's disease. It's a play on Lou Gering's disease. Flat the Younger
and the Gagaman.
You were thinking of a disease, weren't you?
Yeah, I wasn't.
I
was just thinking of getting the AIDS man.
Oh, I apologise for my uncontrollable volume at the moment. I got a bit chesty.
This is going well.
Yeah. Oh. Let's crack on with a track, shall we?
Crack the tracks.
Okay, we're back. That was Crimson Rose and a Gin and Tonic from the Katamari Damacy soundtrack.
Hey.
A good little number, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funky.
That one was requested by my fiancée. She's like, "Oh, can I have a track?" And I said yes, about 4 weeks ago. And she had a bit of a go at me on the last podcast because I kept using mine. She went, "Oh, you use that Grand Theft Auto shit, but you won't use my song." So yeah, it's a great little number. That she showed me that, and I thought, yeah, that's going in. I've got another request later as well. I'm taking requests now. That's good.
Yeah. If anyone else has any other requests, I suppose you can always chuck them our way, and we might play them eventually.
4 weeks down the line, so get them in early.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right, shall we crack on with some news? I'm saying crack on a lot at the moment.
Yeah.
I've got some news. We found out what Plimpy means. What a Plimsoll is, sort of, from, well, you can read that.
Okay, right.
I was hoping
got
for
that from,
comedy answers, though. Not
Yeah.
literal, factual Wikipedia answers.
Yeah, this is from Anxiety Down, Daryl Morris, who's a friend of ours. Oh, God.
It goes on a bit. You can just look at the comment on the previous podcast.
Yeah. Well, this is where we got it. Yeah. So Daryl says the shoe was originally and often still is in parts of the United Kingdom called the sand shoe.
I've never heard anyone in this country
No.
call it a sand shoe,
That
but
sounds like a Japanese name.
like sand shoe.
Yeah, Sancho Mitsuro.
Yeah.
And acquired the nickname Plimsoll in the 1870s. The name derived according to Nicolette Jones' book, The Plimsoll Sensation.
Because find this book, The Plimsoll Sensation.
Because the
Sounds
coloured
great.
Great for podcasts.
yeah. Because the coloured horizontal band joining the upper of the sole resembled the plimsoll line on a ship's hull. Or because, just like the plimsoll line on a ship, if water got above the line, the rubber sole, the wearer would get wet. So
There you go. Apparently it's named after something off a boat.
yeah.
And there was a book called Plimsoll Sensation, so that made it worth it just for the sake of it.
I'm gonna Amazon that.
It's probably available on Kindle. I don't know.
It's amazing.
Only
It
on.
sounds like an erotic novel.
No. What it sounds to me is like literature that kind of encompasses a whole fashion movement, like the 60s.
Yeah, the Plimsoll Sensation. The Plimsoll era.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, the 80s would be the twatty hair sensation.
Or these days would be the
What the hell are you wearing, you little knob? Pull your pants up sensation.
either have them on or take them off. Just make your mind up. Sensation. I thought it was more like you get those sort of scientific theorems. It's like the Big Bang Theory.
Plimsoll
The Plimsoll sensation. It's
Yeah.
like
The sensation of getting water above the rubber.
Well,
to make your feet wet.
Schrödinger believed that if your feet got wet, you couldn't see them, they are neither wet nor dry,
or dead.
or dead, or alive, or yes or no, or left or right, something like that.
So that's our news for this week.
Yeah, it's alright.
Is that all of it?
Well, that's all our Plimsoll news, anyway.
So no.
We'll have more
We moved
Plimsoll
on from
news. I think
Plimsoll
we'll find
news.
some more Plimsoll news for next week. I think 'cause I think people will anticipate it.
I think next time we'll talk about wellies.
Yeah, or maybe we'll find this Plimsoll sensation and read it.
Yeah, read an extract from it.
We'll find our favourite bit. It's all gonna be. It's guaranteed a riveting read anyway.
With
Just
a name like that.
randomly open at a page.
I reckon the first chapter will be plimsolls, not just gay little shoes that your kids wear at school.
There'll be a whole chapter on how they can be utilised in podcasts.
Your kids could also look gay at the beach.
This is us with our podcast Plimsolls.
Come on, let's crack on with some actual news.
Actual gaming news, yes. We've got quite a few. I've got a couple of little GTA 5 things. You had a little bit about GTA 5.
Yeah, it's just a little thing about stuff's been leaked. Unfortunately, like proper spoiler storyline stuff.
Thanks to Sony.
You fucking Sony. Well, basically,
Yeah, apparently.
users could sort of purchase the game. You know what I mean? Like pre-download it and it'll become available when it comes out.
Yeah.
They've now taken that off because your people got hold of it, hackers, and they didn't so much open the whole game up.
You just found.
They managed to get through the files and find the thing that they managed to find was sound files from FMV cutscenes.
Okay.
So, and they put them online. So Rockstar have made moves to remove bits of them from YouTube.
Okay.
And they've asked one of the graphical forums. My apologies for not knowing the name of the forum, but they've asked him to take stuff down, detailing that as well.
Yeah.
And Sony have issued an official apology for that. Personally, I don't think. I mean, Rockstar are pretty. I like them because they don't reveal everything about a game.
They've
before
been
it
pretty.
comes out.
They have been up until recently really quite cryptic.
That's
with
right,
GTA 5. So
So I mean, but I think they might want to just chill out a little bit because it's only a week and a bit away from the game.
it is now. Yeah,
release, but I don't
it's
know.
almost here.
Yeah. So maybe it's a bit of an overreaction.
No.
It feels to me like they're just really proud of what they've accomplished.
And they don't want anyone to be
I can definitely
spoiled by some
sympathise with
cruddy YouTube videos of.
Okay, yeah.
that.
Maybe.
And you especially don't want a bunch of fucking knobs going on like Twitter and just being like, "Oh, get off right now."
Yeah.
Because they will do it.
I don't want any
They will
spoilers,
forcibly
yeah.
spoil things for you because people are disgusting.
Well, funny enough,
All of you.
apparently, they said they're not going to put like a story mode or like subspace emissary thing in the next Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Apparently, one of the reasons for it was because they didn't want all the cutscenes to be stuck on YouTube, and they thought, oh well,
Really?
that was actually the reason. Apparently, it's a bit of a weird reason because everyone's going to stick that stuff
I just
up
felt
anyway.
like it really wasn't necessary though, the whole story mode thing.
Yeah.
Just do what they did with
Some of the
Melee,
cutscenes
where
were
it's
quite
like-
cute. but-
Yeah, of course, don't get me wrong. It was charming in its own way, but
Yeah.
I just didn't feel like it was wholly necessary.
No.
I just felt like in Melee, you've got classic
I
mode
liked
and
the
you've got
adventure
adventure
mode.
mode.
Yeah,
And,
that was-
adventure mode was great. It was
Yeah.
just a little like, oh look, it's Kirby's stage, go.
yeah.
And there you go.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
like, it's Kirby's stage, now let's have a
Here's some-
50-minute cry wank about it. I understand what I mean by that, so that's fine.
As long as we got you covered.
Got another little bit of GTA 5 news that I saw this morning. Apparently, Rockstar employed actual gang members for the voice acting of like a lot of minor characters. Apparently, they actually went out of their way to get people that had just come out of jail.
Jesus Christ.
Get some of the voice acting because they thought it would
I don't know
be
if
more
that
genuine. You know?
Yeah, I don't know if that tops Sega though, going to actually like make the Yakuza play their game Yakuza.
Oh, that was
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they actually had them in the game though. They just
No, they
asked
had
them
them
what they
play
thought
it,
of the
yeah,
game.
but
But
you don't
in this
really
case, it's
wanna-
even further because they've
Oh,
actually
right.
got gang members doing voices in the game.
Okay, fair
And
enough.
apparently, when they were giving them the lines, some of the gangsters were saying, "Oh, yeah." Some of these gang people were saying, "Oh,
Gang
this isn't gang people." I don't know, gang members, whatever. How was I?
You were saying something about the lines.
Oh yeah, there was
You forgot
there
mid-sentence.
would comment that oh,
Well, let him
I'm
remind
losing my
himself.
train of
He's
thought.
gone again. Come on, what are they saying? Please, I really want to know. It sounds really interesting.
What did the Crips and Bloods have to say about Rockstar?
Well, they were giving them the lines, and they were saying this isn't the kind of thing we would say, and they were saying, "Oh, how would you say it?" And we'll amend the line to match it
Now
up.
we won't
you know.
understand any of it.
Yeah.
Then that would just be like, I don't know.
I get my 2 G's in my bling blow.
Yeah.
What does that
I don't
mean?
know, but-
I don't even know.
No, that does sound
Yeah,
really
and they
interesting.
actually, yeah, and
Yeah.
when they were saying, like Rockstar were actually saying, we didn't want to just get a bunch of nutty like
Yeah.
people that have come from some posh school to
Yeah,
do all the
yeah.
voice acting.
Yeah.
They wanted to get some genuine actual
I'm from
stuff.
Eton, motherfucker.
Yes, I just do my gangster voice. Motherfucker! Oh God! Yeah, I do. Yeah, I don't know.
£200,000.
Spectre Mumsies now for Christmas.
Chris. Yeah, it could have been.
In my mind, all posh people eat crisps.
It could have been anything.
Really nice crisps.
It could have been anything like marmalade.
Not
and
this shit.
crumpets.
Not this crunchy, crusty crock shit.
We have.
Thanks for bringing those in.
We have crisps in the room. Yeah, it couldn't be marmalade or
There was
toast,
crisps in
or,
the
or,
box.
or crumpets or cucumber sandwiches or tea or any of those cliches. It has to be crisps. Let's get back home for crisps.
I have a very limited imagination.
Well, posh, mushy peas.
Caviar crisps.
Caviar crisps. I'll have. You can have like wasabi crisps and stuff. Why are we talking about crisps? What's the next bit of news?
Well, that was all the GTA 5 stuff because obviously that's out soon. So
that's good.
Next week it'll probably just be when is that coming out?
17th.
Oh, okay. So it's not.
Couple of weeks.
It's not next week. It's a couple of weeks away now.
In fact, it's exactly 2 weeks from today because it's the 4th today. And my maths is bad. It's 13 days, so it's a week from yesterday. 2 weeks from yesterday. Fuck!
Close enough.
Yeah. I'm going to be there on midnight release getting that back. And then GTA 5.
That bad boy.
I'm going to be bringing over Bad Boy.
Oh, I'm going to get me
Is that a brand of crisps?
Get me some Bad Boys.
The real McCoys.
Well, they're like,
Boys.
spicy crisps. Oh, you get some Bad Boys.
Yeah. Bombay Bad Boys.
You get your Bad Boys, you get your McCoys, you get your Yorkies.
Yorkie flavoured McCoys.
You just have no girls allowed written on the door. No birds, we're eating crisps. Shut up about crisps.
Where are we? We moved on from GTA 5.
Yeah, apparently Sony is planning to reveal a virtual reality headset for the PS4, and it might not be till next year now. Apparently they were going to show it at Gamescom, but apparently it wasn't ready, so they had to back out of that idea. And it's rumoured, but it's not really no one really knows yet if it's anything to do with Oculus Rift or if it's their own headset. They have done their own headsets
like it will
themselves.
be their own thing.
Yeah, because they have done their own headsets before. They've done like these like £1,000 like ones that have just like little screens that projecting 3D into your eyeballs or whatever. Into your eye sockets.
Actually in them.
Yeah, right in them.
Into the actual ocular receptors at the back of the eyeballs. So
Yeah.
they have to stab needles through to get there.
Yeah.
This is a real thing.
Yeah, £1,000. It's got to be good. Yeah, it's got to be.
You just can't really take it off without going blind yet, but they'll figure that out.
Yeah, and you can't look at real things ever again. But other than that, it's fine.
But in the meantime, all you can ever see or do is Sonic Generations. Let's move on. That does sound interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't much to say yet. Just that they think that's probably because they did say they have got another bit of hardware to go with the PS4, not coming with it, just like a separate accessory that's got to be a thing.
It's a step in the right direction as far as I'm concerned in terms of total immersion gaming.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. The one thing that will get me excited about the next generation is if we incorporate more stuff like that.
Yeah, something a bit different, something that hasn't really been done well before. I say well because of
but
Virtual Boy.
Say you leave the Virtual Boy alone, that was spot on. The world was black and red.
And you get a headache after 5 minutes.
Just like the room.
That is actually true as well, because a mate of mine had one and Stacey tried it out, tried Wario Land on it for about 5 minutes and actually started feeling dizzy. That's how bad it was. Why did they release that?
We just don't have the Japanese sensibilities, I suppose.
Or eye coordination.
Yeah.
Or eye sockets, I don't know. They've got different eyes. No comment.
What was I about to say?
Sorry, I cut you off, didn't I?
Yeah. I've completely forgotten.
Oh, you were talking about Oculus, stuff.
No, I moved on from that. I'll say something. Never mind.
Well, I guess another bit of big news, I guess, is other than crisps and virtual reality that might or might not happen. We don't know. It's
give you a headache.
The creator of Mega Man has gone off to make his own Not Mega Man, which is currently on Kickstarter.
Is that what it's called? Not Mega Man?
It may as well be.
Yeah,
I mean, it's called Mighty No.9, but it may as well be not Mega Man because it looks so similar. He even has like the same jump pose in the screenshots.
Well, do you know what?
Well, he's allowed to.
Exactly.
Generally people seem to be supportive of this, but any naysayers out there, what I've got to say is, look, Capcom have been sitting on this, sitting on Mega Man and doing nothing with it.
They've cancelled about 3 games.
Yeah.
There was obviously Legends, wasn't there? Legends 3. There was Universe. Which is like a little bit of Planet with actual decent platforming and being able to create your own robot masters and stuff.
Oh, nice.
That looks really neat.
So basically they've just been sort of annoying the fans. The only sort of thing we've had recently is a fan game get officially
sanctioned.
Peddled.
Yeah.
It
It was alright.
Yeah, it was great.
They didn't have to do anything to get that. Someone made that for them,
and then they just hosted it. You know what I mean? So it's just like Capcom actually really deserved this because
they deliberately trolled Mega Man fans at one point, didn't they?
Yeah, I was just about to say
the Mega Man unlockable in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and it was like the bad box art one. It was a big fat gut.
Yeah,
and stuff.
fat gut hanging out and everything.
Yeah,
I was just about to say it's like they were taking the piss out of Mega Man.
They were a bit.
They were just. They seemed to me like they seemed to me they were bitter about Inafune leaving. They were just like,
definitely.
Wow,
just
fuck you.
It was like, I mean, look what they've done to his Dead Rising now as well. Like Dead Rising 3 just looks grey and boring.
It just doesn't even look like Dead Rising anymore.
No.
It just looks like every other brown game.
Brown, grey, dull, brown.
It just didn't look very good.
So I just think they're a little bit, in my personal opinion, I think they're a bit bitter and they don't want to push this.
Just give it a while until Tom's actually played it and he'll be like, oh, it's actually really good.
Yeah, I probably will. Because I do love my Dead Rising, but no. I bet you any money, right? All of a sudden, Capcom are gonna,
come out with a Mega Man.
Come out with a new Mega Man.
I mean,
oh shit, Mega Man. Yeah, we had this one up our sleeve, didn't we, guys? Didn't we, guys? Quick, knock something up.
I mean, the best thing Capcom's done with Mega Man. The best thing Capcom's done with Mega Man lately is just let Nintendo use him in Smash Brothers.
Exactly.
And
again,
done
someone else's work.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, though, I'm
as long as they don't have to make any effort,
Yeah.
Now I just need at least a friend who has a Wii U. I'm gonna have to wait for that.
I plan on getting one.
Yeah,
I'll
do you.
We all do.
So yeah,
we actually get one.
The Kickstarter aim was 900,000. It got funded in a day. I'm sure. It's on its third day. Still got 27 days to go, and it's currently, as when I last looked about a couple of hours ago, it was at $1.5 million. And if they get up to $2.5 million, which judging from that they definitely will, they're going to port it to the PS3, 360 and Wii U as well, so it won't just be a PC game, and I'm pretty sure it's going to get there because it's absolutely exploded. Everyone's really up for it.
Exactly, they want to see the original creator do what he does best.
Yeah,
and good luck to him is all I can say.
I mean, it doesn't look like it's exactly like Mega Man. Did you see some of the game mechanics that they were discussing on the Kickstarter? They apparently not only can you take powers from the sort of not robot masters, but also just any regular enemy. So you can just get any weapons.
Oh, we got a bit of
like his arm can transform.
Castlevania, sorry, going on.
Yeah, so it's like apparently you can transform into all kinds of stuff. And you know what was really funny is the main character's called Beck.
Yeah.
And then the not role is called Cool, so Beck and Cool. But I also thought I saw a really good tweet by a friend of mine. He said, is he called Beck because it's alternative rock?
What I thought. Yeah. That's what I thought it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was kind of cute. And I think there was also rumours that because of how much money it's making, that it's just adding more and more content to it as it goes along, because they've got all these tiers of how far they get.
That's right.
They might even make it so cool the girl character's playable as well. So that'd be cool. Yeah, just as a bonus. So that's looking. I can't wait. It's obviously going to be sometime next year when it actually comes out. Yeah. But you can put in, I think it's about $20 to get the game, I think, so yeah.
Well,
everyone should probably jump on that.
Definitely.
Especially if you just like Mega Man, how Mega Man should be.
Yeah.
Even if it's not Mega Man technically. But it's close enough,
Just call it not Mega Man. Not Mega Man, should be Mega Man.
Mega Man without the Capcom. That's it.
No, that's really good though. Good luck to him, and I can't wait to see what this looks like.
Yeah,
we already know what it's going to look like.
There's another.
Who knows? Maybe it'll be leaked.
No, hope not. There's another crowdfunding thing I saw that just got started yesterday, but this one's on Indiegogo. You know the Dreamcast game Gunlord that came out last year. It was on Dreamcast and it was on Neo Geo. They're porting. Good, they've got the company NG Dev team have got the Nintendo license now, and they're going to try and get it ported to the 3DS and Wii U.
Oh, Gunlord.
So at the moment they're just crowdfunding to pay for the dev kits and marketing and all that kind of stuff, and they're already working on porting them over. So that's pretty cool. It'd be nice to have some more shmups and proper arcade.
Well, that's the one that looked like. I can never remember the name of it.
It's very Turrican.
That's it, Turrican. Yeah.
They're probably sick of hearing that, but it is extremely Turrican.
Yeah, but it's all good. There's not a million and one of those kind of games.
No. It was an excellent. Yeah, it was a brilliant game. I mean, I got that yesterday. No, not yesterday. Last year, and it was brilliant.
You got it
I
yesterday.
got it yesterday. Yeah.
No,
it was
I like
fantastic.
it.
Yeah, it was
Very
really
much
good.
so, yeah.
So that was going to look really nice on the 3DS as well, especially on the XL.
Yeah.
'Cause they said it's going to have proper like 3D parallax and everything, so that would look really nice. I should think. So
Excellent stuff.
Yeah, so that's another one you should go have a look at on Indiegogo. Just look up Gunlord and it should pop up. Because obviously on the 3DS and Wii U it would be a lot cheaper than it was on the Dreamcast game. Or even worse than the Neo Geo versions, they cost a small fortune. Because they're proper cartridges, aren't they? So, you know,
What
they're
was the
huge
phrase?
Neo Geo cartridges.
Yeah. What was the phrase he says at the start of the game? He says something ridiculous, doesn't he?
Oh, I'm trying to remember.
It was like, die bitches or something. I can't remember.
In the trailer he says bitches, and then in the final game I think they changed
Baby or
it to
something?
you are cute. That was
Yeah,
it.
that was it.
When he shoots all like the government or whatever they are, like the guys that are like, you cannot go, you have no gun, and he like pulls a gun out of his arm and goes, you are cute, and then just shoots them all. You are cute. Yeah. It was weird. I think it was like deliberate bad English, but so, yeah, it was...
You are contracted a blind disease.
Yeah, God. No,
Yeah.
you'll have a blight. No, you're got a blight disease.
You are got a blind disease.
I should just change that for every release when it comes out on the Wii U. Just
Just
put another new typo for that section. Just
Yeah. It comes out as being like a really
or even
demented
put like
game of
20
Chinese
different
wisdom.
ones, and each time you turn the game on, it's different each
Yeah.
time. That'd be great. Do that, NG Dev team.
Yeah,
Just
do like
random
Minecraft.
weird broken English quotes.
Yeah, you can slip in all your bass in there. Alright.
Just got one last bit. This is not technically news. It's more just a shout out that something that I really want to talk about because it's cool and just discovered it. A friend of mine, Lewis Clark of Sega Driven, he put up a video, I think it was just this morning actually, of this new arcade. Well, I don't know how new it is, I don't know how long it's been open, but there's an arcade in London. It's in North Acton.
Right.
And yeah, the place is called the Heart of Gaming, and it's basically the kind of arcade that I've been saying all this time they should do.
Right.
Instead of paying for each machine, you go in, pay about, I think it was like £7 or £10 a day, and then you just play
you get
anything
day
you want.
pass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you just play anything you want. It's all free to play as you go in there.
Yeah.
And I think it opens at like 4 and it's open till late. I think it varies each day, but yeah. And the best thing is, it's just full of classic games. They've got all those like those Versus Candy Cabs, the ones that have like two machines attached to each other and you can play against each other on the other sides of each other. It's got not hundreds, loads of those, full of like old Street Fighter games like X-Men vs Street Fighter. I think I saw a Street Fighter Alpha 3 in there and a few other like classics. They had quite a few Naomi machines. They even had a Border Down, which was like a shmup on the Dreamcast, like a really late one.
Bloody hell.
So that was really surprising.
Oh wow.
And yeah, it looks fantastic in there. They had like a Mario machine in there. Apparently they said if someone can get them the PCB for Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, like the old trackball game, they'll set that one up. Because all the games they've got are apparently the original PCBs as well. They're not just emulating stuff.
Excellent.
So, they're not using. I don't think they don't just have a bunch of main cabinets there. They're all in their own like cabinets, but they're the original games apparently, as far as I know anyway. And the best thing is they had a DDR machine in there, but it was like all customised, so all the music in it was just stuff they've put on it.
Okay.
And like they've downloaded or something. I'm not sure how it worked because in the video that Lewis put up, he just showed like a little bit. It looked like one of the old DDR machines, like from the 90s. But it had music including like Game Grumps remixes and like Castle of Illusion music and all this kind of stuff on it. Like just hundreds of tracks from like random things off the internet. It
might be Step Mania.
It might have been. I'm not sure because it looked like an original DDR machine, but they've obviously modified it in some way that you can just stick what you like on it and then probably download the Arrow data.
The charts.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I think that's something we should definitely go up there one time.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how far away it is from Eurogamer. Maybe it might be, if it's not too far, maybe we could run over there.
Pop in,
Yeah, sounds cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I just thought that was worth shouting out to. The Heart of Gaming, it's in North Acton, so it's near the Underground station for there. So if you're looking for a good arcade around London, that sounds like a really good one to check out, especially since you just pay one flat price and just play what you want.
Wow.
Sounds brilliant. So
that'd be worth having a look at. Big time, yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I always like seeing new arcades opening up and stuff.
Absolutely.
I think arcades are one of my favourite things about gaming in general. So, like, seeing new arcades come up, especially when it's like a dying breed.
The arcade dying is, like many of the great industries. I'm a big pub man. I love my pubs.
Yeah.
They're dying. I just think arcades dying out is not a good thing.
No, we need more of them. And I think this is a good way of going about it, because to be honest, a lot of arcade machines are quite expensive. You've got to admit, a lot of them are £1 or even £2 a lot of the time. For like a game that, if you don't know what you're doing, lasts about 30 seconds.
Exactly.
A lot of the time.
So why would you pay £1 if you're not clued up on, like, for instance, I play Outrun a lot.
Yeah.
Right? And I'd love to play like the proper arcade version of like Coast to Coast, that kind of stuff. But I don't really do a lot of steering wheel stuff.
No.
So I might only be on there and hit a load of walls, and that'll be my £1 gone in an instant.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this is a really good way of going about things, just paying so many hours to go in there.
Yeah.
I think for me the worst example of that in the arcades is Guitar Hero. You pay £1 per song per person.
Yeah.
And
Was
some
it per
songs.
Song? Or
Yeah,
was it
per
3
song.
songs?
On the 2-player
No,
mode
song.
it is, yeah. You only get
Sheesh.
one fucking song.
Wow.
Yeah, per
So
pound per person.
Few minutes.
But there are some marathon songs that charge £2 per song per person.
What? So it's not even a set
for two
price?
people to
when you
play Cult of Personality costs £4.
And you can fuck that song up very easily.
Yeah,
And you
because
can
of that
probably
massive
buy
solo.
Guitar Hero with a guitar for about £5 an hour anyway.
Just go play it at home, have some beer, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to play a broken arcade version of it. Like
Do
we
you
did
remember
They
in,
one?
never won.
Oh my
Yes.
god, we never used the footage of that, but
No.
we went to the Namco.
the
thing. Me and Kat
Funscape
had a
in
go.
near thingy, wasn't it?
It feels to me like
Yeah,
the people in the arcades are just like, plug it in, it'll work. But
Honestly, the
Right.
guitars didn't work.
That's where
you
the
have to
Happy Drone
calibrate
differs.
it like you do when you have it at home. You have to calibrate it to like your HD telly and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like they have to do that, but they're neglecting that. Like they'll buy the
Yeah.
machine and the instruction manual says calibrate this fucking game, and they're just like, what I need instructions for? There's a guitar, there's a plug in the wall. Done, sorted, job done.
I've actually seen
50
one of
quid a
those
day.
Guitar Hero arcade machines once, and it had a crashed Windows screen on it because it actually runs on like Windows.
Oh,
It's like a PC.
well, like a
port.
blue screen.
Yeah, it was like a. Well, it was like the Windows shutting down screen or something, but it was stuck on
God.
it. Yeah, Windows XP even.
I can imagine that. It's like, finish with my woman, because
Dum, boom.
Yeah.
Can you actually get Guitar Hero on PC? It seems like something.
I
or Rock
think
Band.
you
Or
can
Rock
get
Band?
Rock Band on PC. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think
I
you
wasn't
can.
sure. I've never seen it. But, yeah.
I would double check.
you've been
that,
rocking
Yeah.
so hard you blue screen.
that is pretty hard rocking.
I mean, obviously with like arcades like that, that's just where the staff just don't give a toss. But
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
you do get arcades, obviously like this one. This is clearly guys that
Yeah, yeah.
love what they're doing and they love their machines and they collect
If
the
I
games.
could just
so,
say
yeah.
one thing to the owners of all the arcades in the country, it's not only should they buy more Fist of the North Star, Fighting Mania machines.
Fighting Mania, yeah.
Not only should they buy more, but they should have like a no chavs thing on it, because it's a machine where you punch stuff. So the chavs are going, yeah man, punch things.
Flash.
And obviously break it and shit. And
Yeah.
thirdly, look the fuck after them. They just don't look after them, do they? They just
Well, yeah.
It depends
It is
on
they're
the-
always
tricky, though,
covered in
'cause
like
it's a game where
sticky
you have to
blood
hit
and
it.
duct tape
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You
they
don't
could
hit it the
wash
same way
it
you
from
hit
time to time.
was it Sonic Blast Man? That one you had to hit it as hard as possible. It was like a big punching bag.
God,
They've got
yeah.
like a sequel to it now in there. That's like the first Taito game I've seen in years. But yeah, I don't think it's called Sonic Blast Man anymore. I forget what it is called. But yeah.
I think I know the one. It's like it's a really cheesy. Like,
Yeah,
superhero.
like the superhero guy.
Aha!
And, like, the punching bag pops out
Yeah.
and just whack it as hard as possible. Yeah, you always back when
I've never seen anyone actually
Trocadero
get a
used to
decent
have
score
that
on
machine. Yeah, but there are obviously arcades where they do care about the machines. I mean,
Yeah,
bringing
yeah,
up Happy Drome again because it's my favourite arcade in Southend.
Yeah.
They're always fixing their machines whenever
Excellent.
that Metal Hawk was like. Because that one, it's like a fully animal moving
Yeah,
machine.
that's going to require a lot of maintenance. Yeah.
A few times that's broken down. I thought, oh god, they're just got to dump it, aren't they? But then I come back a week later and it's all fixed up, it's like new again. So it's really cool. They should not get rid of that machine because it's clearly a Japanese machine because it talks in Japanese. It's got Japanese text in it.
Oh, right.
So
It's rare
and
to
the game,
get something like that
yeah,
down here. Yeah.
and the game never came out outside Japan, so
Ooh.
it's probably a bit of a rarity. So they should probably hang on to that
I
or
wonder
sell
how
it
they
to
even
me.
got that.
I'll have it.
Yeah, they should probably.
I don't know where I'll put it, but sod it.
They should
I'll
probably
just
stop
fill up a shed
letting
with it.
the general public make it break down.
Yeah.
Sorry,
stick it in the
put it
shed.
in a shed. I could just imagine you like, bye, Aaron's off in the shed again. You just hear, and the shed starts shaking. Fucking die!
That game's the best. I have to do a review of that sometime.
I hope you do, yeah.
We'll
Oh,
get it.
you could try and film the talky parts of the review with you actually on the thing.
Yeah, he's just shaking around like that. Okay,
I think that's all our news.
that's
though.
our news done. We still haven't got a jingle, so let's just do the news.
The news.
The news.
The news.
The fucking news.
Brought to you by Krusty Croc.
Krusty Croc in his
Let's-
rickety packets or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah, Rusty Packets.
Rustly packets.
Let's have a track.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Good.
Whose is it? Whose turn?
He's having a track.
I'll have a track.
I'll have a track, please.
I ain't saying please.
I'll have off.
I ain't saying please. I'm demanding a track. Okay, that was YouTube. YouTube has dubbed it Town Theme from Final Fantasy V.
That's a great song title.
It's one of the town themes anyway. I know there's a few towns with their own kind of themes, like the Fire Town has a Fire Town theme. It's probably just called Fire Town Theme.
No, it's called Town Theme 2 because we don't want.
Yeah.
I don't know. All our towns are just called Town. So our
Welcome
theme
to
is
Town Town.
Welcome
This
to
is Town
Town.
City. This is
This is our
City
theme.
Town. This is Town Borough. Anyway, it's a great little calm, lovely song. Makes you want to go into a town. Town about a bit. Paint the town coloured. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna shut up now.
I think one of my favourite, probably my ultimate town theme in a game has to be Phantasy Star 2. I love that theme.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
I really like the one in was it the first or the second Shining Force? One of the town
I'm
themes in
not
that
too
was
up on my
brilliant.
Shining Force game.
Oh, that's
actually.
got a really good town.
Shining Force 1,
yeah.
the battle theme, I like it for the first 5 minutes, but then
After you've
the
heard it
way
a
that your
million
battles
times.
do tend to last a while in that game, which is
Yeah.
fine, but just the fact that it's not a very long loop, and it
Hmm.
centres around the same note a lot. So if you're fairly musical, like me and Tom, will notice that I tend to have a thing of taking away the layers of a melody and just just thinking about the underlying point of a melody, I suppose.
Mm.
And in that song, it's and it just always settles back on that.
That's why I can't listen
So
to music
it grates
nowadays.
on me.
You know what I mean? That's why I can't listen to music that's around now.
Oh,
because
yeah.
basically what
Nowadays.
singers, what people that attempt to sing will do is find a really stupid noise that they like.
Yeah, they do, didn't they?
Yeah, we were doing one before, weren't we?
Sean Paul, wasn't
yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And this
they
could
do.
go on for 4 to 5 minutes, you know?
Or hours or years, as it feels like.
And yeah, like nowadays it's like
Nowadays.
nowadays I go out shopping and it'll be like some girl who's supposed to be famous, I don't know, and she'll be singing and it'll be even worse than that. It will just be one droning note. So it'll just to me, you might as well just I walk in doing my shopping, I might as well just have Herdy in my ear. Yeah.
No, she could be a singer.
Herdy, she's a talented singer.
This whole auto-tune thing, I don't understand it. Ever since the famous Cher
Robot
song.
Cher.
Where she was gargling mayonnaise.
Oh, you were going for the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say water or something.
Yeah. No, I went the whole hog.
Hog. So, I was trying to make it. I couldn't really put the two and two together there.
Anyway,
I was just going to say, like, yeah, have you ever been in a narrow sort of hallway and like an outdoor, like a space between two semi-detached houses?
yeah.
Where you get that really echoey, like, sound in your voice. You know what I mean? When you speak.
Yeah.
It's weird how you described it so odd, but I actually know what you meant.
Yeah.
A straight sort of goo in your voice. I knew what you meant.
Yeah, you know what I mean. The reverb reverberates in such a way that it makes this really
Weird.
like tight knit echo to it.
That's right.
It's like there's no space between it, so
I
it's
know
just
what
like
you mean. Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah. It's like music has become that. It's like somebody has. It's like someone.
Music is all recorded between.
My voice sounds like good. I'm gonna use that.
Music is recorded between two semi-detached houses. I like it. No, but you know what I mean. It's like someone was just walking home one day, like humming a little lady wank tune. Yeah. I don't even want to name common everyday music. I hate it. But they were humming that, and then they heard that reverberation, and they went, you know what? I reckon I can use that and couple it with trying to make out of tune talentless singers a bit more in tune to what the tunes are supposed to be, I suppose. Yeah, we can make that monotony a lot more synthetic and shit sounding. But who's going to listen to it and go, oh, they got a pretty interesting voice. No one's going to hear and think that's actually happening. Phil Pope on modern music.
That has summed it up. It's just amazing. It's like the Fifth Element. Wow. Let's.
What were we even talking about?
Well, we were going to move on. Something about semi-detached houses down Riviera Drive. I don't know.
It came from Shining Falls somehow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the monotonous.
We might have to, yeah.
Anyway, we're going to move on to what we've all been playing lately.
Okay.
Not listening to.
Have you been playing, Tom?
Okay, me. Well, it's a bit odd. I've been playing because I'm writing up Flashback review. I have been playing various versions of Flashback. I've played it on the Mega Drive, I've played it on the SNES. This is all recently as well.
Yeah.
I played the original Amiga version and I also played the Sega CD version, which is a laugh.
Yeah, we didn't get that over here for some reason.
No, we
I don't know
didn't.
why. It was only America.
I got it illegally. Don't do that.
He's throwing toy guns into cake.
I have a plastic gun that I've been playing with for a while. Because that's just how I roll.
That's plastic?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a real gun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it is a replica.
I thought it was a replica of a real gun.
Yeah.
I thought you were in Caps and Falls.
I am. As soon as we're done with this podcast,
oh, don't you worry.
Fools better be watched.
Better be watched.
I don't even know what that meant.
I think you need some of those real gangsters from GTA 5 to come and script you in that.
Tell me where I'm going wrong.
No, man, what you want to say is that fools better be watching they selves, man. That's what they won't be doing. Can I have my money now?
They won't be watching their asses for caps.
They're going to be picking caps out of their asses.
And then, flashback. I've also been playing Fade to Black, which is pretty much Flashback 2. It's the sequel.
Oh, they did a sequel. Oh, that's the one on PlayStation, isn't it?
Yeah, the really, really bad game.
Oh, okay. I've
have-
never really heard anything about that one.
It must have done all right for itself because the version I got is like the classic platinum one, so it must have had enough sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I remember hearing about it back in the day. But
yeah.
You just don't get it, man.
I tried it when I got hold of a copy when I was a kid, and I just didn't know what I was doing. It was a bit much for me.
Did you play that before or after Flashback? When you
I
first
played it before Flashback.
Ah,
I didn't
well, that probably
realise
didn't
what it
help.
was,
The
yeah.
context was really...
And then I played it again when I bought it a few years back, and I gave it another good go, but it just, I don't know, the controls weren't great, the graphics, I'm not going to have a go at a game for its graphics, but I don't think
PlayStation 1.
it kind of does tear itself apart in certain places. And for instance, there's like containers to look through, but they just look like general bits of scenery, so you don't know and you can just run past them.
Oh,
So that kind of stuff. But then
Yeah.
I didn't play it. But something really weird happened to me a couple of days ago when I started playing it again for the sake of this next episode. I actually gave it the time and the effort required to learn how to play it properly, and now I'm enjoying it.
You started to like it.
Yeah, I'm on
Okay.
like chapter 5 now,
Oh, okay.
or mission 5, whatever it is. I don't know the layout, but yeah, got quite the way through it. It's not that bad.
It can't have been that bad if you got platinum release.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Well,
people were obviously buying it still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all done by the same guy who made Flashback, the John.
Do you mean Eric Chahi?
No,
Is that not who makes them?
No.
A guy
French
called
dude.
John. It's like Cressy, I
It's the
think it
same
is.
company, but it weren't the same creator.
Oh,
was it?
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, because in the recent remake, they dedicated it to him because I believe he died.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hmm.
So they, at the end of the credits,
who
they
was-
dedicated
who
him.
was Eric
Poor
Chahi?
bastard.
He was the one that did Another World. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
game is
Yeah.
magic.
Yeah, I can't do anything on it. I love it, but I can't play it.
Same.
I get to level 2, I get out of prison, I kill about 1 or 2 guards, and then
That's about as far as I get as well.
I either run out of battery on my gun, or I get shot because I don't use it enough.
do you get to the point where you meet the famous Megube?
Yeah, you see
Yeah,
him right
that's
at the
start
end of the
with
first
cage,
stage.
isn't it,
Yeah,
on the second level.
you sort of that brilliant bit as well with the animation where he looks up at him and waves, and then he gets like smacked.
That's what they found so sort of amazing about him. It's just like the only thing he ever says to you, Megube. And I liked that. It was Games Grumps.
Oh, yeah, old Game Grumps, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he was really good at that, wasn't he?
was
Johnny
amazing,
Sexbomb.
yeah, Danny
he
Sexbomb,
just he just whooped his way through there, and he died a couple times.
Yeah. I mean, no offense, Dad, but you're not very good at like Mario Sunshine. But he does have a few games
If you're
he's pretty
listening.
bloody good at. I don't know if it's actually Ego Raptor who's playing Mario Sunshine actually. Either way, be better.
Be better. There's some gaming coaching from Phil. You can charge for that.
Well, I'm trying to coach guys who get like 500,000 views every day, and like,
Yeah.
for playing
How
games.
to get more hits than we get about 25.
Show your cats. Or just put your cats in your videos, you'll get more hits.
Oh. So I've been playing lots of Flashback. Fade to
What did you
Black.
think of the Sega CD version? I'm quite curious what that was like.
It's amusing.
Okay.
They did
Lee
voice.
Bad?
Yeah, they did voice acting for everyone, but they're not voice actors. They sound like the guys who were just making the game. And
That's pretty typical for a Mega CD game, actually. A lot of them are like that.
Pass me the watch it.
well, that's what I was saying. That's what I was going to say because the quality of the recording isn't good either. It's got loads of crackling and stuff.
Again,
Oh, God,
that's
it's like-
part of the
Yeah.
course. That
It's
is
like
really
in their
part
mum's
of the
cupboard
course
or
for that.
something.
Yeah, because that was like...
You must
back-
go to Washington and find Ian. No, Mum, I'm doing something. Yes, I will have tea. Just put it by the door outside. Don't. Oh, Mum.
Just free digestives. Alright,
I
4.
want to diet.
Just leave the packet and the tea. Just go away, Mum, I'm busy.
I'm recording for video game.
Yeah, wash my Mega Man jammies.
Oh, where can you get Mega Man jams?
Yeah, I want
In
Mega
my
Man
dreams,
jammies.
that's where.
Oh, you won't believe this. How cool is my fiance, right? We're looking for baby clothes at the moment, you know,
Okay.
like onesies to well, everything really.
Yeah.
And she went, I'm getting this. I went, what? I looked over her shoulder because I really care.
Really care about my firstborn child.
I looked over and she's found a Zelda baby's onesie. I think
wow.
it looks like Link or something like that. And I just thought,
Oh, bless.
it's going to be one
Where'd
happy
you find
child.
that? Oh, yeah.
It was on a gaming clothing thing. I don't think it was in.
No, I wouldn't have thought it was there.
I think it was just online somewhere. But yeah,
Oh,
we're
wow.
getting those.
Oh, boy.
I was just going to say before I forget, because I tend to forget what I was going to say. On the subject of like bad voice acting, I refound that on Oblivion recently.
Oh, there was one I found as well in Shivering Isles. I forgot
really?
what it was though.
Ah,
Go on, carry on.
yeah. Listeners, listeners.
Sit a while and listen.
In Oblivion, once you've done is it the main quest of the Thieves Guild? It's a pretty
It's a
important
rumour,
quest,
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, basically, when your infamy starts going up, or your fame, and people start hearing about your deeds in the Thieves Guild, obviously not knowing it's you because you're a thief and you're supposed to be not caught. I'm a fantastic storyteller.
Yeah.
I just need backing music. That's all I need. Anyway, a rumour gets started that thieves broke into some important places, and you'll speak to I think it's the innkeeper in one of the inns in the Imperial City. Funnily enough, and she has a moment where she repeats herself, and you can hear it on the.
Yeah.
But even her character in the game lip syncs
Yeah.
because she sort of mumbles. You hear it's like, I heard the thieves broke into the Imperial College, and then you'll hear her really. If you turn it up, you'll hear. Sorry, let me do that again. I heard the thieves.
Yeah.
So she'll say it twice.
That's actually in the game as well. They
She'll
put
say
that
it
in.
twice, but even the bits where she mumbles in the middle, the character will move her lips like back, 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 back. But it's like you will just sing. Sorry, let me do that one again. I heard the thieves broke into the college. But I actually thought the first time was better anyway.
I'd like it if they had like more of them. And
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like, one
Sure
guy,
there was one of
guy
those in,
kicks the microphone or something. He's just going, oh, fucking hell! I heard the.
Yeah, maybe when you beat when you beat a game or something, they should put like a outtakes.
Ah, yeah.
mode
Yeah,
where
great.
everything's just all the outtakes.
I liked the
Like
Jackass
Guitar
game for
Survival.
that when it showed all the voice actors like doing their stuff and it showed them doing all their hurt noises and they were just going nah, nah.
Steve-O's are always the best.
Oh, dude! Oh, no way! I broke my penis! Anyway, so unintentionally! Everything he does, he stops and pukes.
Yeah.
I hurt my knee. Anyway,
I like Steve-O.
let's get back on topic. So yeah, the voice acting is like really bad, but
What about
yeah,
the
it
music?
makes you
Did
chuckle.
they redo the music? Was
well, they
it
added-
completely different, or
They added tons of unnecessary music.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's got constant music that just plays on every level, but it's
Okay.
always like really dramatic at moments.
Oh,
It doesn't
God.
need it. Like you walk in, you just started in the
Walking
forest.
to the job centre.
It does, yeah.
Right.
It does.
I had that today actually. I've been to the job centre this morning and I had Sonata Arctica in my ear as I walked through the door. So I was like, I was feeling really tense. I was like, oh god.
At least it was like drowning music or something. That would have been pretty appropriate.
What, like Sonic, like
Yeah.
Your money's been stopped.
we're gonna ruin your life.
We should be laughing about that. They really
they-
do piss you about.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so voice acting's really bad. They added full rendered videos to Flashback on the Sega CD, which is what we were talking about
A while ago.
a while ago. And like, yeah, they made these 3D rendered videos, but the encoding on the video is like how they ended up on the Sega CD.
Again, that's very par for the course on the Mega CD. There are very few like Mega CD games where the videos actually look good.
Yeah.
They're either really tiny or blown up in about 4 colours.
Yeah,
if you're lucky.
That's pretty much what.
Do you end up
does.
with like Mortal Kombat style looking people?
Yeah, in a way, if you can even make out what they are sometimes.
But yeah, basically the game does play pretty well. Oh, there is one thing as well though. Loading times on it are a bit poor. So like, there's missions where you got to really move your arse, and like you need that split-second screen transition from one screen to the other, so you can fluidly move. Like there's a bit where you're trying to stop a generator from blowing up, and you need the fluid screens.
Yeah.
Spoilers, Tom.
To make your to make your run smooth with no mistakes. So basically, it really made that hard when I ran for a screen and it went wait,
Go.
Alright, go on then. It's like by that point I'm going, what am I doing? I've forgotten. And like bits where you drop down.
So would you say the Mega Drive version is still your favourite?
It's still my favourite. It has not been topped.
No,
that usually tends to be the way with
that.
a lot of games. I think.
Yeah.
The Mega Drive Genesis just does.
What was the SNES one like?
It was pretty good. Pretty much
similar.
the same as the Mega Drive. I don't think the music was as good.
No.
Unless it was the same, I'm not sure. But I don't remember it being quite as good. But the main problem with the SNES version was it had slowdown in places, like really quite annoying slowdown. I know.
It's because it lacks blast processing.
Yeah. It's like you get a couple of enemies on screen sometimes, and like I don't really know what sets it off, but yeah, sometimes it will just slow down, like, and it just
That's annoying.
Just a mild annoyance, yeah. So yeah, I've been playing lots of Flashback, Fade to Black, and the Flashback remake.
Flashback and Flashback and the sequel to Flashback.
Lots and lots and lots of Flashback. So Phil, what have you been playing?
Well,
you broke your PC.
Yeah, I
That counts as playing so much.
I did a bit of a god hand on my PC, and now it doesn't like me anymore. I think it's finally time to.
No, it doesn't mean you can get god hand on PC. That's not what you meant.
No, I mean I punched the shit out of my PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my PC is gone. But before it did go, I was playing Black and White 2. Again, I said before I was playing it, I continued to play it since. I picked up Morrowind again. I made a Breton character called
Always
U-Lot.
Morrowind.
You lot.
Hey, you
U-Lot
came
came
last
up
week.
to my home.
Yay. Oh,
I wanted to make shits in transit, but obviously I'm going to have to wait till I get a new PC now. I'm looking forward to that day. Especially having him go third person and go into sneak. Just squelch.
Don't mind me, I just shat in transit.
His sneak skill's actually really bad. It's like 100, but people can just smell him coming. I'm stealing your things. I can smell you around the corner. Yeah. Other than that, I've
No more Mario marathons then.
Nah. Yeah. I don't actually own any of these Mario games myself. So yeah. So I suppose if I go around there at some point this weekend or next weekend or whatever, then I'll probably continue the Mario madness.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I've been playing Borderlands 2. I finally have someone around regularly that is willing to play multiplayer, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, and I've been playing GTA 4, and actually
You played GTA 4?
Yeah. I'm lending it off of people, the person that I just mentioned. You might be upset with this, Tom, but I'm not enjoying my experience with GTA 4.
Oh, well, I'm not upset.
Well, you really like GTA and stuff, so
I do like 4 quite a lot.
I've got to say, like, I'm finding Nico Bellic to be my most probably endearing character of the GTA franchise.
I like him quite a lot.
But I'm finding it a slow burner. It's like I've got to the point now where I'm doing missions for Brucey, and he's alright. He's pretty funny.
I didn't like him at first, but now he's such a knob.
funny.
He's so funny. He's a complete knob.
Yeah, so I guess it's picking up now, but just getting to that point, I felt like it was a bit of a sort of trudgy, a bit of a chore really, but it'll pick up, I'm sure. I need to bear with it because
Yeah, I suppose it is a game that just kind of takes a bit of a while to get fully
slow
running. Yeah, well, I mean, the end of it really is just awesome. Some of the stuff that happens just before.
I've heard good things about the ending of Red Dead Redemption as well. I need to actually get on Red Dead Redemption. But
you need to get on with that.
Yeah.
That's what an awesome
I was
game.
really good at the multiplayer.
I played about 1 hour of that so far.
What do you think in general, apart from just dicking about?
That was pretty much all I did. I just walked into people and made them fall over a lot.
Did your mind in your
I think I kept running over the girl that you talked to with the horse as well. I just kept trampling on her.
Oh god, yeah. I didn't like that.
And I was like, yeah, I'm done now.
You have to follow around that frigid bitch for half an hour.
Yeah, that was what it was. I was just getting bored. I was like,
No, I'm pretty
I'll just
sure.
go run you over.
I'm pretty
Crunch.
sure Bonnie wants it. You know,
She wants the
She wants to be
D.
trampled
she
by a
wants.
horse.
Yeah,
She wants Marston's D. I just don't think he's given it.
Well, he's a family man.
Yep.
He implores you to be a good citizen.
Because there's a bit later on in the story where
father to your family.
there's a bit later on in the story where she meets the wife and they don't really seem to like each other very much.
They don't see eye to eye. Something about red eye. Dead eye in Red Dead Young Daniels.
Equilibrium.
Equilibrium.
Right, we're just saying things that are in jokes now.
Yeah.
There's a bit where he says equilibrium and we found it really funny.
Yeah. That I'm sure that'll be an upcoming sketch.
You can watch our podcast and just know what our next episode's going to be.
Please do still watch the episodes though. There'll be plenty more Uncle Norm and Nigel from me. That's my contribution to the thing.
Silly voices, great characters.
Silly voices, and hopefully I'll actually dress up as Uncle Norm instead of just being me putting on a voice. Just me.
We have no budget.
Yeah, we'll just film Phil and we'll say he is Uncle Norm, and we'll give him some Fenty and some Coke, and just it'll work. It'll work out. It'll be fine.
Okay, Gagaman, what have you been playing?
Well,
Moving on.
on Friday, Stacey got Rayman Legends come through in the post because it came out on the Friday and she had to pre-order it, of course.
Yeah.
And we were basically playing that all weekend.
Excellent.
Went through the whole game.
What did
We
you have
didn't-
it on?
PS3.
Right.
Yeah, so it didn't have like all the touch control-y stuff. But
Yeah.
to be honest, what I heard about the Wii U version is in some cases you have to play as like the touchscreen little flying frog thing or whatever he is called, Murphy. And the main character ends up being CGI computer controlled, which is really weird. So
Well, it forces you on there.
yeah, in some cases, if you're playing on your own, obviously if you're playing multiplayer, one person's playing Murphy and one's running around.
Yeah.
But on the PS3 one, it was a little bit confusing actually. Anyone that's playing the game can control Murphy, but he just locks on to all the stuff he has to interact with.
Oh,
So-
right.
But the thing is, anyone can set it off. So it's like when you're going through a level and you have to, because there's only some levels that haven't been anyway. It's only like a third of, not even a third of the levels.
Yeah.
But it did get a little bit confusing because obviously when you're going through an area where you have to run through it and you have to set off all these little traps and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, if both of you are doing it, like moving a platform with this character, and then someone else moves it, you move it out the way. It's like what we ended up doing is like going right. I'm going to do the Murphy stuff, and I'm just going to let my character die and just float around as a bubble for a while, and just do the Murphy stuff because it's really kind of confusing sometimes when you're like doing a level where you have to run through it, like you're being chased by something, having to control the full flowing like platform character and the Murphy thing at the same time, even though it is just a button press, is quite confusing. So that was probably the only snag I probably had with the game. Otherwise, it's more of the same really as Origins. It is pretty much the same game, just done.
Isn't it like a bit harder as well?
I'd actually say it was a bit easier. I actually thought it was quite easy to get through. We didn't really struggle much. I mean, we got through the game pretty easily. I mean, they've put half of the Origins levels in there as well. They sort of remade them with like the new like art style. It's sort of new art style anyway. They just changed the lighting, and even those felt a bit easier.
Maybe you just got better.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. And because we were playing it constantly co-op as well. And even like one of the bosses in particular, we beat that in about 30 seconds. It was pretty easy. It was just it was done. I was like, that was a bit disappointing. But it's still a really bloody good game though. Like,
just reminded me actually. Sorry to come back to me. I also had a quick go on Donkey Kong Country, and I'm crap at it.
Oh, the SNES one?
Yeah.
Oh,
the first
yeah,
one.
it is true.
Was that inspired by my music choice at all?
Yeah, it was last week's
I
music
love that
choice.
song.
I thought to myself, I never actually got on with any of them, so I started it. I've got to the 4th world now, and it's just kicking my ass.
I only ever played that at Nan's, believe it or not. She had it, didn't she?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
when I
Nan
first
had a
played it.
SNES. It's a shame she's a dickhead.
Wow.
Well, Tom, you'll agree with me on that, actually.
I'm not going to argue.
Yeah, no.
It's just the way you come out with this stuff.
So yeah, we got through like the
Sorry,
whole.
back to Rayman.
We got through like the whole story mode. There isn't much of a story to be honest. It's basically the game's got a bit of an obsession with these creatures called Tinsies, which have been in the series since like the second one. Like, instead of collecting like the Electoons in the first in Rayman Origins, who were in the first Rayman game, you're saving the Tinsy guys, and then the bad guys are also Tinsies, and there's 5 identical ones of them. And every time you start a boss, it has the same exact cutscene every single time of like. And then there's this bit where you have to kick the Tinsy onto the moon or something, and it just does the same thing every time. It's a bit weird. So there's like zero story, but you don't really play these games for the story because the gameplay is still absolutely brilliant. It's still one of the best platformers of whole generation, to be honest. Like, it's more of the same, but when the same is as bloody good as it was, it doesn't really matter. To be honest, I would have been happy with them just doing DLC for Origins or even just an expansion pack, and that's basically what this game is. It's more of the same. It's just done. It's just more levels for it. The music levels are really neat as well. Like,
I had a go for it.
Yeah. Slight spoiler, I suppose, but when you've beaten all the main levels, the final boss, by the way, was really, really good. It was much better than the one in Origins. There's like new variants of the all the music levels, but they're 8-bit. Supposedly, I don't know. I thought they sounded a bit off, but they just called them 8-bit because everything retro is 8-bit apparently. But it was basically the same music levels, but they were like all glitched up in some way. So one of them, like every time it was like beating, it was like the screen was going completely static, so you couldn't see what you were doing. It was really hard because you couldn't see half the time. It was like a bzz, 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 on like that. And there was one where it was like all like fisheye lens, so everything was like swirling around in 3D. It was really freaky.
God.
It was like basically the same level, but like drug trip mode. I don't know. It's freaky. So it's not a major spoiler because it's basically just the same levels again. They're like the last levels you unlock, I suppose. And the other good thing in it is they've got like a daily challenge thing. You know, they had that challenge up on the Wii U, like a freebie thing as like an apology for delaying the game.
Yeah.
And it was just like they put up a little level each day, and you just have to get like the best time or the best score or whatever. And those are really good actually. That's really going to expand like the. You're going to be going back to the game each day to do all these challenges and beat your friends on them and stuff, especially since some of the trophies involve beating your friends 30 times. So that's like, you get like 4 challenges every day. You get like a hard one. And I think like the hard challenges you're only allowed to do in single player as well. It was booting me off when Stacey was playing those. It was brilliant. I still haven't picked up the game myself. I'm probably going to get it on PS3 just so I can compete with Stacey on them challenge things. So that's kind of cool. And I've also been playing a game that was on my backlog for a while. It was a freebie on the PlayStation Plus. Catherine, the weird Atlas half block pushing puzzle game, which is really bloody hard even on normal setting, and half bar simulator. I suppose you just sort of like you walk around the bar. You can like order drinks, and then if you drink the whole drink, you get a little bit of trivia about the drink for some reason. And then because there's a whole trophy involved, in that, you have to buy it was like beer, whiskey, cocktail, and sake. I think that you get to pick from. And
cocktail.
It's fizzy. Drink another one to find out.
I'll have some cocktail, please. Cocktail. It is a drink that is comprised of more than one
it sort of
drink.
like gives you little facts about random cocktails. And then you could just walk around and chat to all the like guys that come in and they leave after a while, and you can stay there after everyone's left and just keep getting drunk. And apparently the more drunk you get, the better you play in like the nightmare bits, because the block pushing puzzles is like the nightmares in the game. Yeah, I don't know if anyone knows about Catherine on here, but it's just like a really unique game. Basically,
I
it's
think
definitely got
yeah.
a story that most other game companies wouldn't have the balls to even
Yeah.
try. Because like whoever writes stories about like cheating and sex and stuff in general in like video games, it's a subject that most of them try to avoid because they'd probably put it off really badly. It'd just come off really immature. But I think they've done a really good job with this. And when you beat
I thought it was
each,
a little bit ridiculous, but
it is pretty ridiculous. Yeah, but when you beat one world of the puzzles, which is really cool. At the start, before you start each puzzle, it's kind of like the ghouls and ghosts like level thing, you know, like it's just like that little map thing. When you beat those, you go into like a confession stand thing, and then they give you this question. It's like, I don't know.
Those
sounds like. I don't know, does work come... Yeah, all like little personal questions
like
about like love and
I
stuff.
answered all the questions.
And then whatever you
Very
answer,
controversial
he actually connects online and shows you a graph of who picked what as well, which I thought was quite amusing. It's quite unique. That's the only online feature in that game, as far as I know. It's the fact that you can do that.
I was going to say that those moral choices actually affect your ending.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've only started playing it last night. I played it for about 4 hours. I got really stuck on one of the puzzle levels. I actually had to watch it on YouTube to figure out what to do because it was really complicated. But
the thing,
really into it. I wasn't sure if it was going to click.
Sorry. I was just going to say I never really. I don't own the game. I have no real intention of buying it.
Yeah.
But I decided to sort of like watch all the story because everybody was banging on about the story, and someone on YouTube somewhere has compiled all of the story cutscenes into one video, and I thought it was a fantastic story.
Yeah,
there's a couple of
and I think there's like 9 different
really
endings as well.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I watched all
most of it's based on the like last 4 questions you answer. So apparently you can just like save like 5 separate save files and then just change the question answers and get all the endings. But
but I mean, the thing about the different endings was like some of them were kind of like, you know, dramatic, like, oh wow, yeah, it's pretty good. Some of them just what?
Okay.
I just thought, I know Atlas has a reputation of having a bit of ridiculousness with like silly monsters and stuff. I don't want to give too much away. I was just going to say, it gets a bit silly, some of the endings.
Okay. I'm looking forward to getting there, really. I wasn't sure if it was going to be the kind of game that would click with me, because for starters, I haven't really played any Atlas games before, except for Mark and X on the Dreamcast. So it was kind of, in a way, sort of my first like Atlas game, and I was interested in it mainly because of the block puzzle part, because I do like puzzle games anyway. And it is a super hard one, especially on the levels where you're being like chased by some freaky monster thing. Some of them are really creepy. There's this one that's just like this. I think it's supposed to be some kind of sex monster. It's just like a butt with eyes and tongue coming out of it. It's creepy.
No, I really hated the baby.
That's the level I just played last night. I haven't actually beaten that one.
That is actually physically
That
creepy.
is actually really haunting. It's quite creepy.
I've always been meaning to get round to playing Catherine,
I mean, I got lucky with that one because they put that one up as a freebie a few months ago, and it's just been sitting on my hard drive for a while, so I'm just working a bit on my backlog at the moment, and I'm glad it's really clicked, actually. I wasn't sure if I was going to like all the just walking around talking to people. It was actually kind of neat in the same way like Shenmue was, you know. You can just like, you can could talk to someone for a minute and just walk off, or you can continue the conversation and then it splits off in different paths and all that kind of thing. I thought it was pretty cool.
Excellent.
I enjoyed that.
Okay. We're going to have another track and then we're going to continue. Good stuff. Alrighty, we're back.
Right, that was my track for the week, and it was because we played some Super Mario Land music before. I thought I'd pick a remix that was in I think it was in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and it was Eastern Kingdom. I think that's what it's called. It's basically like that Egyptian level music.
Yeah.
I don't think the level was actually in Brawl. It was just that tune was within the story mode, I think.
I was going to say, yeah, because I don't remember there being any Mario Land themed levels, which is a bit of a shame. That would have been a good idea.
I'll tell you what,
just be all puke
really
green.
I'll tell you what I really liked. One of the first things that made me go, oh, they have Delfino Plaza as a level.
Led Zeppelin.
Oh yeah, the one where it flies around, doesn't it?
Yeah, you
The what, sorry?
Delfino Plaza. It's the
From Sunshine.
From Sunshine.
Oh
It's
yes, of course it is. Yeah,
the main
yeah.
world, I guess.
Yeah.
I was just like, why is it got the song? Yahoo! It's great. I love it.
Or kicking the shit out of each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'll never forget it. The original, I think it was the original Japanese advert. Yeah, it was for Smash Bros. On the N64.
God, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it was
The
so
live action advert.
funny. Yeah, it had like he had like 3 or 4 of them. It had like Mario, Luigi.
You sure that wasn't the American
Peach,
one?
and- No, it was.
There's an
Pretty
American
sure.
advert. Oh, are you talking about ones where they're all in costume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was I think that was an American one. It had like Donkey Kong and Yoshi in that.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
it.
I know the one.
And then, like, you see them all walking along, and it's got like I think it was a Beatles tune playing in the background, or something like that. And they're all walking arm in arm, and then like you just see Mario. He just does this fucking awesome. Sorry for swearing. He does this amazing like leg sweep, and then I think he trips over Yoshi or something.
Yeah,
and then he just goes to shit after that. They just beat the crap out of each other. But it's just so well done, that cut when he just launches his foot out and it looks so good.
Yeah, I know the one. That's brilliant. That's probably my favourite thing about that game. It's just all this happy music in the background. You just beating the absolute snot out of each other.
Actually, I have to say that I did prefer Melee to Brawl.
Yeah, I think I may have done as
I
well.
feel like Brawl, like, I don't like to use the word nerfed because it's a very like sort of kind of thing. You know what I mean?
That's top tier.
Yeah, it's a top tier wedding cake. Yeah. But I do feel like they just nerfed like everything in Brawl. I don't know. It felt like the game wasn't as fun and like fluid and. Awesome.
Well, it was ridiculously unbalanced, wasn't it? With the what's it called when you can go all mental? What's that mode called?
ADHD.
You can like speed the game up and shrink.
No, you know, everyone has like a strange mode. Like for instance,
Final Smash.
That's it.
Yeah, you get a certain item.
You like Snake jumps on Metal Gear X and just destroys everyone.
Yeah, Luigi's one's really shit. It's like he starts dancing like a weird gigolo, and like if you're in the vicinity of that, then you sort of fall asleep for a bit. And then when it runs out,
he turns into Jigglypuff.
And when it runs out, he doesn't really even have time to like attack before they wake up. So it's like, what was the point? I'm making you fall asleep, but for no reason.
I meant the male Jiggly-O.
But Luigi's my like favourite. Like when I play Melee, I just. Yeah, I do want to brag. Fuck it, I'm gonna brag. I'm pretty much. Well, I am so far undefeated as Luigi. I have yet to be beaten by any friends of mine as when I'm playing as Luigi. But you know, you see all these unofficial things online. Luigi is actually a mid-tier character.
Top tier being Fox, middle tier being everyone else, and lower tier being Jigglypuff.
No, lower tier would be Game & Watch. Top tier would be Roy, not Marv, because Marv doesn't quite have the attacking power. And this is all unofficial.
Is this Peter Molyneux playing Smash Brothers?
This
It's
is
the equivalent of.
yeah. This is miscellaneous internet cunt who thinks he knows what he's talking about. I hate these unofficial things where it's like, and we do get certain people that we know that believe them, and they're like, oh yeah, no, so Luigi's mid-tier, he's mid to lower tier on the tier chart. There's no fucking tier chart.
He's really upset about this.
I hate it. Tiers are for wedding cakes. They're not for characters.
Oh, you
games.
just spoiled my joke. He's so high tier. He's next to the groove.
Yeah, he's so high tier. He's got a little plastic wife next to him.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
I know what you mean
Fuck
though.
off
People
with your
like if it's not
unofficial-
even officially released by like the company themselves, and people just analyse the game.
Yeah, well, there's
And you're
everyone
supposed to
else
take it
hacking
as
as well,
fact.
weren't they?
Yeah,
They
you're
were
supposed to
hacking
take it as
They
gospel.
basically hacked it into. They tried to make it like melee, but then they went overboard and started changing the words to other stuff as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like all the funny hacks where they've like changed the characters and stuff, like changed their textures and stuff. Some of them are really funny, and there's some really generally good looking like model hacks and stuff. But when they start playing with like the rules of it, it's a bit silly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh well. We were just going to quickly. It sounds weird. We're going to quickly discuss a few because we mentioned arcades earlier, and how we're very fond of them in general. So just like, has anyone got any little? I'm just fishing for anecdotes, really. Any little stories from your good or bad, I suppose, of your experience with the arcades?
Yeah, like when we were growing up and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, if I can kick off, I've got a bit of a bad one.
Okay.
I got into DDR for a little while. I used to play it around with friends. Played it. Yeah, I sort of dabbled, and I wasn't very good at it. I'd play like Word Up on medium at the best, And I was in an arcade in
Tewkesbury.
It was in London somewhere. What? You just threw up a name, didn't you?
Yeah, just a random English town, just for our American listeners.
What was that?
If we
Phil,
had
do you remember that horrible theme park we went to? It was called like, not Pleasure something.
Pleasurewood Hills.
No, it wasn't that. No, that was good.
Yeah, that was good. I like Pleasurewood Hills.
The one that was in London somewhere.
It sounds like a sex place. Welcome to
Yeah.
Pleasurewood Hills. Pleasure and
Pleasure
wood.
my
in the
wood.
same. Yeah.
No, it sounds
Pleasure
like...
by Wood Hills.
Oh, yeah, good man. It does actually sound like... No, it sounds like an American series, doesn't it? That's like Cougar Town, Pleasurewood Hills.
Yeah, it does a bit.
Season 3 of Pleasurewood Hills. Next up on HBO.
Next up on ABC, HBO, CNN, NBC, and the other ones.
FOX.
I don't know.
Pleasure
Yeah,
by
Fox.
Wood Hills.
Pleasure by Wood Hills. You'll be laughing and splitting your sides all over again. Doopy doopy doo.
If I could get back to the arcades.
Yeah.
I can't remember where it was now. It was somewhere in London. It was a really tacky featured pub.
Yeah.
We went there for the day and had a bit of a laugh. We stopped at an arcade that was near it, and they had DDR. And I was like, oh, all right. I've played a bit of it, and I was a little bit. Is anyone looking? I put in my money, and I picked a couple of songs. I think I got into the second song in, which I believe was Word Up again. And I was
You
playing
played it twice?
No,
Just
sorry.
get-
I mean, like, I picked something else.
Yeah.
I couldn't do Word Up. And then, like, there were these little group of these really chavvy, like, girls gathered behind me, and I was like, oh no. I was playing on medium. I was proper flailing around.
Let's judge him.
Yeah, I was actually flailing. Like, the thing they kept laughing at is when the one where you do like you it's left and right, and you have to jump and use both your
Yeah.
feet. Well, every time I did it, I didn't realise I was doing it until they started laughing. But my arm was flailed up as
Oh,
I
you
did
did
it.
like a Mega Man.
Yeah. And basically, I could just hear them giggling and being really nasty.
Yeah,
and
of
then they
course.
came to the side when I haven't even finished yet, and they were just going like, "Why are you even playing it?" It's like, sorry, you don't
I'm
come to
having
the
fun.
arcade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I paid to have a bit of a laugh and a fun. You don't come to an arcade to play a game that you've rehearsed.
Yeah.
Some people do.
Well,
but-
there are
Yeah.
guys in Japan that come in to get like millions and
yeah.
millions of score on Fireshark and things like that. They're lame. And you do get people like when we were at MCM and we stopped off at the Namco Funscape. There was that guy on DDR who wouldn't go away. Do you remember?
Was that the really pushy guy?
Well, basically, yeah, we were waiting for him to finish, and he was like really into it, wasn't he? He was like, he was actually like humming along,
Frailing around.
really going for it, and all laughing, looking at us like, "Hello." I was like, "Yeah, we don't want to be your mate.
This
just
is
get
what
off
I
it."
do.
We're waiting for you to finish, and then like sort of Kat wanted to play. I think she was on her own at this point, 'cause I know Kat and Stacey played, but then I think Kat played again, and he joined her as like, sod off. And he was like, "Oh, I'll play it on super duper expert mode and use my fucking feet." I don't know what I meant
What
by
else
that.
did you use? I'm going to play with my knob. Ow! Ow!
Jumps the board.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, but I just find it a bit weird how, like, if you know a game to death, Do you? Is your
Other
penis
than
that
to
small
beat the
that you got to
sound.
come and like play it in the hopes that people will come and watch you? I don't get it. That's what YouTube's for. Just put it up on YouTube.
I know. People just get such an ego about the most pointless things.
Yes.
Tell you what, I've seen this one Japanese guy who's an expert at a game on YouTube though, who was really funny. He's really into House of the Dead, but not only does he play the game really well, he acts out all the cutscenes. It's so dumb. He like does all the posing. He guns he does all like side gun stuff. It looks so dumb. And he goes around him. It's just so weird.
Hopefully, well, in an ideal world, they'll be getting around him so they can kick him and throw stuff at him and distract him and wind him up.
He's just having fun like you were.
I know. I'm just being a negative Nancy.
Nancy.
Yeah.
Nancy.
So anyway, that's why
Tom's just outed himself.
right here, the whole world is this. Well, I've come out the cupboard. What was he doing in there? Probably shagging some blokes. Anyway, that's my experience. One of them. I've had some good experiences at the arcades, like Phil mentioned, Fighting Mania.
Yeah.
There was that. I still remember the day we first discovered that. There was me, you, and Rick, and we just really got into it. We played it so many times over, all on easy mode, and we played it several times. We didn't want to make the jump yet because we saw how nasty it was on the demo.
I remember Rick. He made a big point about kicking the pad. Do you remember?
Kicking it, yeah.
On the last hit of the Mr. Hart level.
Yeah. You could like.
Because I didn't
push the pad really lightly if you want, because it's like you're finishing him off with a little blow.
Yeah.
And because he uses his finger, doesn't he? And the animator just pokes him.
Yeah.
Well, basically, I would always do an elbow assault from Shenmue, so I was like, oh, I hit the metal. Yeah. What did he do? I think he missed it.
I think he did actually. No, I think he got it, but he kicked the metal bit with his foot, and he really hurt. You had a ball of your foot.
Yeah. I do remember that. Yeah.
He was like,
Christ.
On the subject of the poking thing, because I don't want to sound arrogant, but I think have you ever dabbled? Have you ever dabbled in normal mode and the harder difficulty?
I did once and got knackered.
I can actually honestly say that on the lowest off machine, I actually did the second normal level.
Bloody
I
hell.
actually beat Ken-O, which is a big boss from the anime, and I was really chuffed.
That is pretty damn impressive.
You had to do 120 hits on the last thing. For a fat guy like me, it's like people are like, whoa.
I bet it actually looked like something out of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, oh God, it's insane. I've never felt fatigue like it in my fat little arm. So it burned. It was like, ouchie. But yeah, sorry, I was just going to say on the subject of poking it. On the second normal mode, there's that the giant character from the anime. He's like, I need light. You fight him. You beat him with the 7 stars.
Oh yeah.
I did that. I thought it was
you poked.
I thought it was really cool. I poked all the pads as they come up, and I had people watching me, and they're just like, "Why aren't you punching them? I don't understand. Why? I do not understand. I don't get it. Why isn't he punching him?"
I'm actually quite annoyed. Oh, you!
Excuse me. You're supposed to punch him. That's how it's played.
I mean, have any of you guys ever had crowds? I mean, you just said you have. I have a couple of times. I had. I was really into Time Crisis 3.
Oh, okay.
I just spent a lot of money on that.
Yeah.
And basically, I got to a point where I could beat the first, the chapter, the first sort of 3 levels and the boss without actually getting a hit. And everyone was getting.
I was getting cop for a while.
Yeah,
the second one.
So once I had this big old crowd watching me, and I thought brilliant. But I hope you guys go away after the first chapter, because every time I got to the second chapter, I died very quickly. I just couldn't get the hang of it.
This guy's good.
You're in the middle. You're in the middle of this calf, and there's all these guys with bikes riding around, and it's so hard.
Oh God, yeah.
I guess it is kind of like when you go to an arcade, you are sort of putting your gaming skills out to the public in a way. Aren't you? Anyone can just walk past and see you play it.
I guess so. Yeah.
I'd love to play a game like Neon in the arcade. That'd be incredible.
I do remember one time.
We would draw a crowd with that shit.
Maybe slightly negative one. I do remember one time when I was at the Trocadero, not when it was Segaworld, but a bit after when it was just Funland. I don't even think that exists.
Funland!
Or whatever. They had a few just smaller little candy cabs, and I think with Gear X or something. And I had some chav guy come up next to me, he's going with the stick and the buttons, pretending I was button bashing or whatever. I was like, yeah. He was like, "Oh, you're gonna lose," and I just ended up winning the match anyway.
That would be so funny. If, like while he's doing that, like you got your elbow on your butt and you just push him.
Yeah.
I would have just said, get some friends.
Yeah, pretty much.
You have to.
I notice people only do that if you're on your own, though. People only ever do that if you're on your own.
Oh yeah. It's really lame though, isn't it? You know, what's the point?
I tend to like going to the arcades when Stacey comes down now, because obviously I live right near them, so I always go down to the ones that we got. Because as I've said before, we've actually got quite a thriving road of arcades in a way. Yeah.
I need to get on there, get down there more often, but unfortunately, like because it's kind of dying down a bit, it is becoming a bit of a chav hangout, isn't it?
Well, it's just the seafront in general.
Yeah,
it's not too bad. I don't think they always hang around.
Well, it depends really, because I've been down there a couple of times. And they've been hanging around the pool tables. They're too cool for games.
Oh yeah,
well, hanging around the pool table.
Everyone goes to the arcade to play pool.
Yeah. And you know, it's always nice to spend a couple of quid with your girlfriend and play a few games, but. No, just you don't.
Stacey always seems to end up on the 2p machines.
Yeah, I remember at Namco.
Yeah, I've actually got a few rubbish toys out and stuff a couple of times. I've actually got a little collection of tickets from one of the arcades down there as well, because they've got this really nice like final action figures set in there of like the old Disney Gremlins, that was like a cancelled film of theirs. Yeah. I think they were in Epic Mickey, the characters, but yeah, they got that in there. But it's like 1,200 tickets. Jeez. I think I have about 500.
So
it's going to end up costing quite a bit of money.
So you'll be like
one
of those kids that goes to the arcade with literally a black bin bag full of tickets.
Yeah.
Well,
I've actually witnessed that before.
Yeah. Well,
the guy behind the thing's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, when I first went in that arcade and saw that in there, I thought, 1.2, well, 1,200 tickets, I'm never going to get bloody that. And then someone next to me was on one of them little ticket spitting out casino machines, and she's got like thousands of tickets just piling on the floor, and I saw her just pick up this huge pile of tickets. It was like, it must have been like several thousand easy, because just filling the floor up, just coming out of this machine like for minutes. I was like, I need to do that, but hasn't happened yet.
I always hated that when I was a kid. Like, my dad
seeing someone else get them, I was like, can I have 1,000 of those?
My dad always used
I'll give you a $5.
That's probably worth it, actually. Yeah. But yeah, my dad always used to play like the fruit machines and stuff. And it would just be, I'd always get that little twinge of like, I want to do that. Just when you see him get a payout, it's like, yeah, alright, he's paid 160 quid and he's got a payout of like 70. But to see £70 coins go, and the machine goes, yay, you did it, yay, pounds! They do, they really go over the top.
I wonder if they have modern ones just put out a note and just go, take it.
I know, yeah. I never understood that. It's like, well, there's your pounds. I hope you've got a fucking rucksack on you. Because otherwise you literally.
I wish we had the fruit machines they've got in Japan. They've got like really stupidly elaborate ones with like full animated screens on them. They've got like a Jet Set Radio one. It's got like all the animations.
I've seen an Incredible Crisis one.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Oh dear.
Oh man. Every time you get a jackpot, it's like that massaging game.
Oh god. You don't want to play that when your parents think you're asleep here.
No.
Just a sex game, Mum.
No, it's massaging. Apparently.
No,
we can't see it, so we don't know.
Sexy too. I mean, the only other time I've ever had a crowd was also in the same arcade with that Time Crisis 3. It was House of Dead 1, because I was obsessed with that game. And I got up to the last boss, but I could never beat him.
I only ever played
Magician.
Yeah. Could never beat him. He just fucked me up. Every time.
One of my fondest memories of arcades in general was going to when Segaworld first opened back in '96, when that's for my birthday with a bunch of like schoolmates. Man, it was like good. I love that place. It was just like 6 floors back then. Back then it was like 6 floors of arcades. And each like floor was like themed. Wow. So they had like a whole floor for just like fighting games and action games. They had a whole floor for racing games, all that kind of stuff. And they actually had both Sonic the Fighters and Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, like the trackball game, like next to each other. And apparently that Sega Sonic was one of 5 in Europe. Like it didn't actually get officially released in Europe at all. So there was only a handful of them in the entire place. It was
I really
really
missed
lucky
out
to
on
play
that.
that. I've still got like loads of photos of when we went there.
We were lucky to go to bloody.
They had they had like proper like rides there as well, like ride arcade games. One of them was like a haunted mansion, like like a haunted mansion ride, except it had a big see-through screen in front of you, and it was basically a light gun game while you were running around. Like it obviously had all these props of like mansions and whatever, and then through the screen, like the ghosts would pop out the windows and you shoot them. It was really clever. I really wish I had like I could find video and stuff of it. All I can find is like old promotional images and the odd fake little photos, but they just had such amazing machines there. They actually had a VR one, like a virtual reality one. You put this big heavy thing on your head, and when you turned round, like to the far left and right, it would actually show like 3D models of like supposedly who you're next to, but they're obviously all the same default 3D model. And it sort of like waved at me, and at first I believed it was my friend, but waving at me, oh my god, he's waving at me. But obviously that's obviously something they've programmed in the game. As soon as you turn around, they wave at you. But I just thought that was really cute. That was really cool. Like, there was another game in there. It was like this submarine attack game, and it was like a big like room where you're all sitting down. There was like 20 of you in a room, and you're all playing the same game at the same time. It was like a big joint light gun game. It was amazing. Like there's like this big octopus boss would come up, and it was like each player had to shoot certain points on it or something, and I think we'd lost or something, but I can't remember. When it was first opened, I think it cost quite a bit to get in there, and then I think we went there about 3 or 4 times in total. Well, I went there a few times. The first year, it was like massive place, and it was like full money. Next time we went in there, it was like you could get in for free, but you have to pay to go on the main rides. And well, obviously you had to pay to get in, but you also had to pay for the games, which sucked.
Yeah.
I think if they brought back that idea of Segaworld, but made it so you paid to go in and then all the games for free, like that arcade they got in London, that new one,
really
that would be absolutely amazing. Yeah, we definitely need to head off there. But
it is a shame, I really missed out.
Yeah, Segaworld was kind of magical to me. Being a Sega fanboy as a kid, it was like the best thing ever, basically.
It's amazing you got to experience while it was there.
Yeah, I mean, it was only there up until about 2001 or 2, roughly, and then it changed into just like that little arcade called Funland, where they like blocked off all the 6 floors that used to be there, and it was just like one floor. It was still good. They still had quite a few nice games there for a while, but I think even that's shut down now. So it's a real shame. I kind of miss that place, even in its old sort of much smaller state. So it's good to see that there are some like independent like people that actually are passionate about games and have a big collection of arcade PCBs that are out there going, alright, I'm going to set up an arcade.
That's what we need.
I don't think arcades are going to die out.
No, not when there's enough people that love them, and
because gaming is becoming much more widely accepted now. I think
as well.
A lot of it could go the wrong way.
And there's now a whole generation of people that did grow up with them as well.
Of course, like people like us.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's always that chance that it could go the other way, and we could end up with like silly things in the arcade. You know, the kind of casual games that people play nowadays. And
well, there is. I have noticed there's quite a few like iPhone games like being put into arcades now. It's not really a bad thing, because like a lot of iPhone games are kind of like arcade games where they're really simple, but they're quite tricky. Easy to get into, but hard to master.
I'm just waiting for like a pay to play certain amount of minutes of Minecraft or something. I can imagine that.
It's been on every other front.
Exactly.
I mean, stuff like Doodle Jump and Temple Run and all that works really well in the arcades. In fact, I think the controls in the arcade were better.
Yeah, they were.
Could
the
you
controls
imagine
were better,
a Spelunky machine in the arcades?
That would work.
Temple Run had like a trackball, and it felt really accurate. Like you could just swing about and backtrack.
Yeah, that was really good.
Really good. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Spelunky would work perfectly in the arcades.
And like Binding of Isaac would maybe be pretty good as well.
Well, the thing about Spelunky is it's got a system on it that makes you not spend too long on a level. Have you seen that? Have you spent too long?
Ghost comes
If you spend more than 2.5 minutes on a level, a ghost will come out.
Spelunky is kind of inspired by an old arcade game.
Yeah, it really feels
Spelunky is kind of like it's definitely inspired by Splunker.
Oh, definitely. Because they made the main character so bloody easy to kill.
It's pretty much the same deal. I think it's actually kind of like a parody of it. They've just like expanded it.
I think it is. It's also inspired by so many like games though, like different games. It's got bits of everything in there.
Yeah. Basically, arcades need less just being full of 2p machines and dance games, and need more platformers.
So many
and
2p machines.
Exactly, we need to
I
get
don't
more platforms
mind
in there,
2p machines, but that's pretty much
Yeah,
what
but we
most
I don't
of it
see
is.
why there's a problem with getting retro games back in the arcades.
Yeah.
Like, I still remember when Sonic 1 made it to the arcades.
There
It was
is,
very unforgiving, but it was good.
Last time I went down Southend, there was a Pac-Man, a ticket version of Pac-Man. It was basically a huge screen of just the original Pac-Man.
Oh, nice.
And it was like a ticket redemption version of it. It was
Yeah,
really good.
we need more of that.
Yeah, basically. That's what I'm hoping was going to happen. I mean, there's definitely been a lot of Pac-Man games lately
Yeah.
in the arcades, so hopefully they might be trying to keep arcades going, basically. I don't know what Sega's been up to lately. They seem to have kind of slowed down on that, because they used to be like kings of it. But, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's kind of slowed down lately. As
Oh,
with
well.
everything
Well, I think
in
we've,
arcades.
you know, obviously we made it quite clear that we're very fond of our arcades. We don't want to see them go.
No.
And yeah, I think to have more arcades that are run by proper gamers that are proud of their collections and want to share their collections with people, that's what we need a lot more of.
Yeah.
And
the thing with like having to pay at the door like that as well, it will basically stop chavs just walking in as
Exactly.
well.
They can't just hang
Only
around
people
the
that actually
machines.
want to be there will be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
So-
you'll never again get someone coming back
Yeah,
and
exactly.
playing Guilty Gear.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I like the idea of that. Yeah, make the machines free. Have a modest fee on the door,
Yeah.
and then if you want to make a bit of extra money, there's always snacks and
Yeah.
things.
Well, there are some cases of like in America they've got like barcades, haven't they? They've got like arcades that are
wow.
also a bar.
Yeah,
That
they
is
need some of
amazing.
that.
I'm
over
pretty
here.
sure they're successful.
That's
Yeah,
like for
it's-
proper adult gamers. That would
Yeah,
be
that's got to be
Funscape
fantastic.
had a bit of that, didn't it? Downstairs at
There
the bar.
was, I think there was like an Indiegogo for a barcade at one point a while back,
Ah.
and in London somewhere, and I think they are trying to get it set built at the moment. It's the
Excellent.
same people that got that shop called Retro Game Base.
Right.
Yeah, so hopefully they get that running, because we'll definitely go over.
Yeah, I'd
Go
love,
over there.
I'd love to run something like that myself.
Mm. Yeah, if we ever like won the lottery or something, I probably would own an
Yeah.
arcade.
Just
I'd probably go and buy the Happy Drome or something.
Yeah.
Buy it off it,
Imagine
get out.
opening up like
I'll get rid of the DDR machines and the 2P machines. Put all classics in it. He's got a few classics. But
Fruit
yeah.
machines, fuck off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously we're quite fond. We love it all. We want to see it carrying on. We're going to do what we can to support the arcades. Still using them and still
Go
sharing
spend
them.
out 2p's.
Just don't rip us off, please.
Yeah. So
Just don't
excellent
kick
stuff.
the machine.
I'm going to play another track now. This is a request from a friend of mine. He wanted me to play a track from, is it Open TDD or Open TTD?
Open TDD? What? I don't know.
I'll tell you in a minute once I've looked it up.
Alrighty.
Okay, that was it was a MIDI.
That was very MIDI.
It was what a MIDI.
Like,
That's
steel
what-
drums and everything.
Open TTD, and that was. It hasn't really got a name.
It's listed here as plain simple relax song.
And that's what it was. I was plainly and simply relaxed. And what do you think of that? Bit of MIDI going on?
What is Open TTD?
It's a transport sim sort of thing.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
like building.
Oh, right. It's a train
stuff.
game.
It's very interesting.
It's a train game.
It's a game I used to really, really be into back in the day. I used to
right,
love
okay.
those things. Yeah. When I was a bit younger, I used to really like them. I suppose I didn't really go off them too much. I guess I just devoted my time into other things because these kind of games devote a hell of a lot. They demand that you devote a hell of a lot of your time.
And money.
And money.
I still remember seeing on Steam one time there was a
Phil's dropping
one of the train simulators or something, and all the DLC, and the list just went on and on
Really?
and on and on, and it was just like miles of DLC, and at the bottom it was like total £1,424 or something.
What?
For, if you wanted every bit of DLC, but obviously there's people that are only enthusiasts of certain
What is it
trains.
about?
So.
Yeah, what is it about having a hobby to do with trains that's so expensive?
I know.
It's like, if you want a little Hornby train collection, it's like, oh well, I hope you've got a mortgage.
Yeah.
Oh, you want double O gauge? Oh, just fucking cheap.
You want to go train spotting? Give some
Yeah.
money here.
You have to, if you want to do train spotting like properly, you belong to a stupid organisation of fellow wankers. And you go there, you pay your fees. Oh, it's so sad. Taking
Yeah.
pictures and writing down particulars of trains.
Yeah, but
This is the guys doing a video game podcast.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like,
We're part of a society of wankers.
People give these people a lot of shtick, but it's like, to me, the way I see it is they're not doing anything harmful. They're not hurting anyone, and yeah, all right, we might think they're a bit twatty, but it's like, they're passionate about something they love to do, and I think there's not enough of that in the world, to be honest.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they're not passionate about the right things. They're like, oh, football, I want to see Arsenal score a goal. So why don't you just go outside and just
Play football.
play football. Grab your kids who don't actually want to support your football clubs. Yeah, that's the thing I always find. It's like parents enforce their football beliefs on their
beliefs,
children.
yeah.
Yeah. They did, because for so many years I was convinced I supported West Ham until I got old enough to realise, hang on, I couldn't give a fuck. I couldn't give a fuck if West Ham or Man U or Chelsea, I couldn't, they're scoring more goals, are they? Who cares? Stop giving them money, stop supporting them, stop wearing all their t-shirts and going to their overpriced games. Just get over it. It's a sport. There are many other sports. Go and watch some tennis or something. At least that has grunting ladies in it. Oh. Oh.
Phil, they're never afraid to tell us what he thinks.
Sorry, I'm not really sure where that outburst came from.
Yeah. So you're saying leave the train spotters alone, but don't watch football. I think I can get in with that.
I'm basically saying, getting back to my original point, which I actually forgot about because I went on such a football tangent. Let people have their weird, quirky hobbies, as long as it's not like sexual deviant hobbies, then leave it to it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Do you have any personal topics?
I think that was
you could
pretty
just
personal.
chuck in. That was.
I think that was quite. Personal.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
So
Whatever the hell that was.
I'm sorry for having a pop at your hobbies if you're into trains. Don't write me down in your little notebook.
There's a train spotting and there's the twat spotting notebook. Tommy Pope.
People that give me shit. The kind of people that drive past, they'll walk past and go, oh, have a life, take pictures of trains.
Oh, it's only a Eurostar. Actually, it's the original 1996 Eurostar, have you believe?
Yeah, and he goes in the notebook under the being put in his place section.
Under bird. Which is just a T and then a lot of S's written in the notebook.
I had a bit of a strange thing. A strange happening last night. It was getting on a bit, and I for the last few days I've been absolutely knackered. I've been stepping up my training regime for both tug of war and just in general, and that's why I'm a bit sort of asthmatic today as well. Cause I've got a touch of that going on, and yeah. So last night it was getting on a bit, and I was a bit groggy, and my fiancée Kat, she just got a bed, and I was wandering around the flat, and you know the keyboard that we used in Spare Time and Cafe, that little Casio, it's just a little mini keyboard, but it was standing upright on the back of this chair. Anyway, I sort of inadvertently nudged it over, and it landed perfectly on my toe, like absolutely. It didn't bounce anywhere, it just went straight onto the nail, right? It just fell sideways on. I mean, it's not a really heavy keyboard, but it is heavy enough to make you scream and curse like a sailor and dance around the flat. I was dancing for about 3 minutes. You know that thing?
Sharp down there.
Yeah.
You hit your toe. You won't be Runawick for very long.
She was off on one last night for no bloody reason again. But big crash, bang, me jumping around, shouting all sorts of profanities, and then there's like I woke up Kat in the other room, and I could just hear her sort of really tired, going, "What's happened?" And I'm still going. You sounded like Dick Dastardly, just going off on one.
I can't remember it.
There was drat, double drat, triple drats all over the place. I was dropping the drat bombs.
Bastard!
I was seriously dropping some drat bombs.
Drat bombs! And, we'll have to take away your medals. That dog was a war hero. How many medals did he have? I'm going to take away your medals. I'm going to take away your Iron Cross.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Tom, I'll let you.
I sound like Muttley with my bloody asthma at the moment. Yeah. Well, so anyway, this thing just landed right in the middle of my toe, and it made such a painful racket. And I was dancing around. Yeah, so Kat went, "Oh, what happened?" And I wasn't answering her. I was too busy just going mental. She went, "Was it a spider?" I said, "Yes, a spider just kicked the crap out of me."
I just stubbed my toe on a spider's face.
Yeah, he's fine. Don't worry about
you.
him.
Dropped from the ceiling and crashed on my toe.
Yeah.
You will do, you rag. No, I'll be good.
So I just thought, I mentioned that it's something that happened. That's why I've walked here today with a bloody big bruise on my toenail. Oh, that hurts so much.
You've got a little bit of a personal thing that happened today at the
He's
cash
looking
point.
really odd at you.
At the cash point.
Oh, I got crapped on by a bird. Yeah.
Oh no, did that happen?
Yeah,
I was just at like the M&S cash machine and just boop on the back of my back. I was like, I know what that is.
I'll tell you about the
you
time
got
I
away
went.
lightly though. It was literally only on your back.
Yeah,
and
it
we
didn't
were
get
only
my
minutes
shirt or
from your
anything.
house. So
Yeah, so we just ran back.
Oh, Phil, I'll tell you about the time we went. It's the first time Kat met Mum, and we went to Lowestoft, and we stopped off at the supermarket on the way, and we just got right outside the door, and this great big blob of bird crap just got her right on the shoulder.
No.
But he was the best thing. She looked up and went, "Not again!" It had happened earlier that week.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
That was the first time it ever happened to you, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
in my life.
And it's never happened to me.
It's never landed on me, but it has landed on my bag at school once. I plonked my bag down on the bench, and I sat there talking away and just on my bag.
I saw some miserable, horrible, fat monster troll Jabba the Hutt woman walking through. That's a lot of adjectives. Walking through South End High Street, and she was just storming through. She had such a miserable face on. And this bird, it was perfect. It cracked straight in her eye, down her cheek, through her mouth, everything. And she just continued to storm on, like.
Did you say it went in her mouth?
Yeah, it literally ran through like her eye, down her cheek, through like her lips, and like down her chin. And I was just like. I was in just wonderment. I couldn't
that bird
even,
is a real hero.
I couldn't even summon up like laughter or shock, or I was just like, This was a crystallising moment
You
in
were
my
just
life.
stupefied. You were just like, oh my god.
I was. I just really wish
She didn't
I'd
even
filmed
notice
it.
it. She just kept.
No, she noticed it. Believe me, she noticed it.
You made it sound like she would just continue storming
Yeah.
off.
No, well, she went from sour to like super spicy. She was just,
Just kicking over some kids at this point.
she might as well have been.
Setting
She was
things
really,
on fire. And
Bloody hell, yeah.
These- That was just so funny though when we got Mum on the shoulder. I mean, obviously that's not.
Oh, it got
good.
Mum. I thought you meant it got Cat.
No, Mum.
Oh, right. I was going to say it
Because
seems.
we weren't there all
It
week.
almost seems in character for Cat. I don't know if that's an proneness, but it's just like, oh, not again, a bird shall be.
No, it was Mum. It sort of got her a bit on the hair and on the shoulder.
Oh, no.
And she went mental. She went, oh, not again. And then I went again. And she went, yeah, it happened this week. How much good luck do I fucking need? Is what she said.
I don't see how it can be good luck.
I don't know. It's just people talking bollocks. Okay. So on that bird crapping, toe smashing bombshell, let's end this week.
All that bullshit.
All that bullshit.
Should we end with an impromptu musical number?
Have you got one?
I've got a guitar.
I got a guitar, therefore I have the potential. That's his guitar. Okay, Phil, let's see what you got.
Okay, this song is called Until Next Week. Okay.
Oh,
Until next week.
that was really nice.
oh, sweet. That was like out of Bagpuss.
Sorry about that. Can you do that once more without me going, oh?
Okay.
Oh.
Emily loved her. Or whatever it was.
That was
Little
rather
cloth
nice.
cat.
It wasn't really a song, it was just kind of free.
It was more
free
like an
arpeggios.
RPG you just acquired a cool item
You
thing.
just levelled up.
Yeah.
Well, it's, yeah.
Or someone joined your party. Or,
Bagpuss Bagpuss joined your party.
Bagpuss joined your party.
The end of the podcast for this week. It was great. Watch it next week. Well, you wouldn't be watching it because you listened to it because there's no video. You can just stare at the blank screen on the. Well, it's not a blank screen. It would be an image on the screen. You watch it on YouTube. Ooh, 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 ooh.
You don't get this with anyone else.
Yeah.
So don't go away.
See you next week, I guess.
Thanks, guys.
This has
Bye.
been
This has been Murray Curry.
Flat the Younger.
and the Gagger Man.
Oh my god, you said Flat the Younger properly.
Now everyone knows how it's said.
Flat the Younger.
They took care of germs.
I might just stop the quirky Flat the Younger thing.
Oh, don't stop the quirkiness, whatever you do.
I think I might mellow out in my old age.
We've been doing this for years now.
Yeah, oh. Crikey, old blimey.
Next week's going to be podcast number 10. I think we might have to do something special.
I think we should.
Let's put our knobs in the freezer.
We could do that. I don't see the
You
point.
could do that by yourself.
I don't see the point of doing that, but it can be done.
We haven't lived till you've had an obstacle.
Oh, you haven't lived till you cooled your
Balls.
balls.
Cool your balls. That sounds like two Nukem would say that.
You can interact with a freezer. It's time to cool my balls.
It's time to cool my balls.
This is what happens when you don't turn the microphone off straight away.
It just keeps going.
Nut sweat is an interesting smell.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Goodbye, everybody.
We're leaving. Bye.